What's up, YouTube? I'm back again today, and today is number 3 of Tyrin Talks movies. Now today, we're not going to be talking about just, excuse me, today we're not going to be talking about just, random shit. Today we're not going to be talking about Spider-Man, but we were going to talk about other superheroes. Today I want to talk about Shazam and the DCEU. Also, the reason I'm itching my arm, I electrocuted myself and my right arm went numb for like a good 15 minutes, so it's been weird not having this guy. Yeah. Alright, we're good to go. Now first, I want to talk about Shazam. Shazam is a really good movie. I was a big fan of Shazam. Shazam surpassed my expectations. It's a very family-oriented story. It's very family-friendly. I figure if you want to go see this with your parents, or if you want to go see it with like a younger sibling or something, this is the perfect superhero movie to take them to. Not too heavy on violence, gore, or action, except for one scene. One scene you may have to cover your little sister or brother's eyes. That was pretty intense, but overall, it's a really good movie. It's a coming-of-age story for Billy Batson, and honestly, I think it's a really great film. The performances in this movie are all great. I love the dad's performance and how supportive the parents are and how nice they are. Like, seriously, if I didn't have my parents that I had now and I was told to live with those people, I'd be happy because those people are so nice. I love all the other little foster kids. I love Freddie in this movie. I love Darla. She's so cute. She's just so nice. She's like that's how I want my little sister to turn out, just to be that nice to everybody, But, kids are dicks, so she'll probably end up like me, which, that'll be a fucking train wreck. But, anyways, Shazam, really good movie. Zachary Levi does a great performance. You really feel that he's this adult. He's this kid who just got his superpowers. He may look like he's in, like, his 20s or 30s, but, like, he sells the role of like a kid who just got hit with superpowers convincingly. I honestly think it's funny how him and like Freddy test out their powers. They post that stuff on YouTube. It gets a ton of views and stuff. I like how they use that. And the thing about this film, it doesn't feel like other superheroes of this modern era. It feels more like I get more of a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1 vibe from Shazam than I do, say, a Thor Ragnarok vibe, if you get what I'm saying. There's jokes in it, there's a good amount of humor. It's a little campy, yes, but it overall is a good film. Every actor in this does a great job. I love this film. I think this is definitely probably the first DCEU movie I will actually buy when it comes out. I'm not buying Aquaman. I liked Aquaman. Jason Momoa is obviously man candy, but at the same time, I'm not buying it just to look at Jason Momoa. Well, shit, maybe I will. And for those of you who are going to comment, Tyrin, you're gay. You're fucking right, I am. Anyways, I don't want to say just kidding because it'll make it seem like it's a joke. I'm not gay, but, it's not bad to, give credit to dudes like that, I don't think that's gay, and if you do, then stop being like that, Don't be like that. Anyways, that's my point on Shazam. Now I want to talk about the DCEU and what they should do going forward. Now, it's been a tough road to get to a movie this good. I mean, it was tough. It was real fucking tough. We started out with Man of Steel, which wasn't a bad starting point. It was like, it's not the greatest film, but, it's not a shit heap either. And then, 3 years after that, guess what came? Guess what fucking came, guys? I'm gonna take a... This is a mukbang video, too. Guess what came next, guys? Fucking Batman vs. Superman. And oh my god. That movie was hot trash. Oh my god, it was so... Like, that's the problem. Marvel often has really simple plots, and when they're in their bad movies, it's simple plots but forgettable characters. In these movies, you have the most iconic superheroes of all time with a very messy plot, shitty performances, and honestly some of the worst dialogue I've ever seen. Also, Zack Snyder turned Batman into a fucking murderer, which, Come here, Zach. Real quick. Not fucking cool, dude. Yeah, Zach made Batman just cap motherfuckers like it was nothing. Like, he was just like... It was stupid as shit. You know, that movie sucked ass. Why did you say that? Well, no, I don't want to get into that. That movie sucked ass. Then we got Suicide Squad. That sucked ass. I'm not even going to get into that. I could tear that movie apart shred by shred. I'm not going to get into it. Next up. What the fuck was next? Oh, Wonder Woman. A pleasant surprise. Like, everybody who says this is a great superhero movie, is it? It's not really anything different. It's just it's a girl in the role. It's like Captain Marvel. You know, it gets a lot of hype because, like, oh, female character, but then it's just kind of like, it didn't really live up to it. And I know a lot of you probably are like, Wonder Woman was good. What the fuck are you talking about, Tyrin? I'm a bit of a cynic asshole. And I possibly may be sexist. I don't know. Could be. But I'm just not the biggest fan of Wonder Woman. I'm just not the biggest fan. After that, we got Justice League. And holy fuck. Justice League took my childhood dream and then just fucked it into oblivion. Just like that. That's what it was. That's what watching that movie was. It was like my brain just getting fucking raped and mangled. Like, oh god, that movie made me so fucking angry. God. Also, we'll address Henry's lip CGI in a bit. Just the thought of that movie fucking makes me mad. The only reason I even laughed at that movie was because of how fucking bad it was. And it wasn't even bad to the point where it was funny throughout because of how bad it was. It was bad to the point of where, at times, I just laughed because it was a stupid mistake that shouldn't have been made. And at times, it would piss me off because it's an obvious mistake and it's like, you should have fucking fixed that. You fucking idiots. What the hell were you doing with this goddamn movie, Warner Brothers? What the fuck? Also, Warner Brothers, stop fucking with the movies so much. Seriously, that's why all your movies suck. Because you keep fucking with them. Let the directors do what they want to do, and look what happens. You get probably 2 of your most successful films ever out of it. You fucking morons. Next up was Aquaman. Aquaman's good. Okay, Aquaman's okay. It's not good. It's okay. Like, this is how it was, okay? I went to go see it the first time. I liked it. I was like, you know, that was cool. It was like Star Wars under fucking water. You know what? Got to see sharks with laser beams on their head. Pretty sure Dr. Evil would be proud of that. But it was really fucking corny. I feel like there was more style than substance most of the time. You know, it was pleasing visually. It's just like other areas, it was really fucking lacking. Just really lacking. It wasn't disappointing because I wasn't expecting much, but, you know, it wasn't like, it didn't totally surpass my expectations either. It was just kind of, it was right there. Just like, here's surpassing my expectations. Here's lowering my expectations. And, you know, Aquaman was like, And next up, Shazam. I already told you my opinion on Shazam. I think Shazam is the best film in the DCEU. I will stand by that. I will fight you to death if you try to tell me Wonder Woman is better. I will point out every flaw with Wonder Woman, and I will watch you sit there as you try to piece together some thesis to beat me on this. Now, I'm not saying Shazam's perfect, far from, but it's still a really good film. There's no such thing as a perfect film because film and people's feelings on it is subjective. Like, some people may say Citizen Kane is the perfect film. I would disagree. I think Citizen Kane is really fucking boring. And I know a lot of people are like, that's a classic film. For somebody who appreciates film, you should really have a high opinion of those movies because that's where, you know, the industry, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, man. I like what I like. I like movies. I know what kind of movies I like, but I also watch a lot of movies because there's certain genres that I don't venture into enough, and I like to learn more about those so I'm not as fucking ignorant when I talk about movies, okay? So let's just clear that fucking air, all right? But yeah, this movie is a really good movie. I was a really big fan of it. All the characters give great performances. I love the parents. I love the little foster kids. The bullies in this movie are just kind of fucking dicks. And, you know, they're the kind of bullies where, like, you know, if you were given the opportunity, you would just beat the shit out of them. Just so fucking hard. Like, they'd like, hit you first. Like, these are the kind of bullies where if they tried to pick on, like, if they, like, tried to fuck with me, that's the point where it's like, okay, now it's okay to respond with violence. What Mom told us was wrong. It's okay in this situation. And then I would proceed to go savage mode and eat somebody's face off. Either way, this movie was a good movie. I liked it. But I want to talk about the DCEU, their problems in the past, and going forward. The DCEU's biggest problem is they are inconsistent. Things change between each film. Characters change between each film. And I don't feel like that change is earned, and that change is definitely not fostered by this universe. It's just kind of an abrupt change, like, oh, he was this in the last movie, now he's this. Like Batman. Batman went from murdering motherfuckers and straight up, like, blowing people up and setting them on fire to, you know, fucking Batman. He's just getting punched in a police car, just like, oh, God, I'm such an old fuck. Like, it's not what I want to see. Stop making my hero look like a bitch. Fuck you. Also, trying to think. What's my favorite fucking... My favorite... Oh, yeah. But I want to talk about their mistakes in the past. Mistakes in the past. Inconsistency. Not only in, you know, how their characters are perceived in this universe, in tone, in color saturation, which is really fucking annoying because the color grading in these movies sometimes is just so shitty. And it's like, either the colors are too fucking bright or they're just super fucking dark, and it's just like, find a healthy medium, guys. That's why Marvel's whooping your ass most of the time. You know what they can do? They can find a fucking healthy medium. You stupid fucks. Also, another thing I don't like about the DCEU, the way in which they portray these characters, like Superman kind of just like looks down on Earth and thinks, oh, I gotta protect these people. Also, like, seriously, come on. Like, what I hate is how it paints Clark as like this alien who's been living on this world, and it's not even like he's a human, you know? Even though here's a baby, he was raised by human parents, he doesn't act like an actual human, and that pisses me off, because it's like, dude, Superman's one of the most human characters in comics. Sure, he's like an indestructible god, but he still has human issues, and he needs to deal with those sometimes. And that's why I think Marvel also kicks DC's ass, is their hero and character development. Sorry, guys, this is Bumbo Way. This shit's good. Anyways, yeah. Their biggest problem is inconsistency. Another problem with them is, like, what they try to do with their music is kind of corny. Some of the scores I actually like in some of these movies, but when they mix in, like, pop music and, like, rap music, it's just kind of off-putting at times. It's like, you didn't really need this for the scene, you know? It's just kind of extra, and it feels like it's unearned, you know what I mean? It feels like it really has no point, the music does sometimes in some of these movies. Another problem with the DC, that's the biggest problem. I know a lot of you thinking, oh, there's only 2 problems, so it can't be that bad. No, but these 2 problems are huge problems. Inconsistency is a huge problem. Say what you want about the Marvel Universe, but they're usually consistent. Maybe not in quality of films, but in terms of the world around them and the characters, they're pretty consistent. The only inconsistency was fucking Thor the Dark World, then Ragnarok and Infinity War. That's the only inconsistency. And you know what that did? They changed Thor into a better character, and more people started liking Thor. So you know what? That's good. But the problem is the changes they made to the DCEU characters have made fans fucking hate these movies. Like, seriously. Now, let's get into my going forward thing. Listen, it seems to me that the campy kind of corny shit, like bright colors and stuff, it really seems like that's the way to go for DCEU. Because if you look at it, their most successful films have all been in the past 2 years. And I'm counting to, like, back to 2017. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam. Those are their 3 best films. Those are probably going to be their 3 most successful films. And the reason is, I think it's because they took a different approach to those movies than they did with the other movies. Instead of going all grim and dark in tone, they just started to go, you know, light, you know? Kind of like, hey, there's shit going on. We need to do something about it. Nobody's gonna, like, fucking get mauled in the process. Well, like, people get mauled, but, like, not in, like, the way in which Batman vs. Superman, where it's like, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. Like, no. I know it's not an actual quote, but, like, that's just what I imagine in my head when I think of, like, okay, trying to think of an analogy. Okay, this is the best one. The really grim and dark toned DCEU movies is like if you drop the soap and the biggest convict in jail comes up to you. You're just in peril. You're terrified. You don't know what's going on. You kind of want to cry, right? Because you're like, oh no, I don't understand. Because, you know, you're about to get something shoved up your ass. And it's definitely not a finger. Whereas, like Shazam and the lighter-hearted movies, they're like that friendly cellmate you meet. and he like educates you, gives you wisdom, he like has fun conversations with you, and he actually makes your sentence less hell than it would have been without him. Like a Morgan Freeman in a Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, those movies are that, and then the other movies are just getting raped. Yeah. But I think using this lighter tone, using these more family-oriented storylines, and using these really great casting decisions, I think DC has like set itself up to maybe have a turnaround and start putting out good movies. I just hope they don't fuck it up. They better not fuck it up. I mean, seriously, if they fuck this up, I'm going to be so mad because I was holding out hope, and I don't want this shit to go wrong. I want this shit to play out because I love DC Comics. Ever since I was a kid, I was a huge fucking fan of Batman. I wasn't a fan of Batman because of Batman Begins. I was a fan of Batman because I watched Batman the Animated Series. I watched the weird fucking Batman cartoon where the Joker looked like he was a fucking Rasta bra. And, fucking... what else did I watch? I watched Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I watched every Batman cartoon I possibly could. And I read as many comics. As a kid, I was scrolling through fucking PDF files looking for, like, Batman comic books. I read The Killing Joke when I was, like, 3. I just hate seeing some of these characters I grew up reading about and fantasizing. Like, I would sit in my room because I had no siblings with my dog, and I would act like I was fucking Batman driving around Gotham. That explains why I'm so psychologically messed up now. But either way, that's what I used to do as a kid. I used to fantasize about being these heroes. And when I see these movies, it doesn't make me want to be these heroes. It kind of makes me want to just be like, hey, dude, fuck you. Like, seriously, that's not what you're supposed to do. But either way, I just hope the DCEU takes notes from these movies with great character development, great story arcs, great visuals, great themes, and great performances, and I hope they can carry that into their next few movies instead of all the stupid, grim, dark tone bullshit, slow-mo, fucking cock-sucking whatever they're doing right now. I just hope they learn from these movies. And everybody, go watch these movies. The more you pay to see these movies, the more WB will make these movies. It's the same thing, like I said, with Spider-Verse. These studios have the potential to make great films. The problem is people don't support those great films. So go support this film so Warner Brothers knows. Stop giving us Batman trying to ass-rape Lex Luthor and give us more fun shit like this. This has been Tyrin Talks Movies 3. Out. Oh, shit. Fuck. I gotta do this, okay? Are you happy now? 'Cause I'm not.